So this one's a little longer, but keep up. It's called The Eagle, the Jackdaw, and the Shepherd. And if you're not aware, because I wasn't aware because I was born in the 1990s, a jackdaw it's pretty much like a type of crow. Um, it's pretty much a crow. They call it the jackdaw, but just think about it as the crow. The eagle, the crow, and the shepherd. Okay? All right, let's get into it. One day, a jackdaw, crow, saw an eagle swoop down on a lamb and carry it off in his talons. Savage. My word, said the jackdaw. I'll do that myself. So it flew high up into the air and then came shooting down with a great whirring of wings onto the back of a big ram. It had no sooner alighted than its claws got caught fast in the wool, and nothing it could do was of any use. There it stuck, flapping away, and only making things worse instead of better. By and by, up came the shepherd. "Oh," he said, "so that's what you'd be doing, is it?" And he took the jackdaw, clipped his wings, and carried it home to his children. It looked so odd that they didn't know what to make of it. "What sort of bird is it, father?" they asked. "It's a jackdaw," he replied, "and nothing but a jackdaw, but it wants to be taken for an eagle." Moral: if you attempt what is beyond your power, your trouble will be wasted, and you court not only misfortune, but ridicule. Damn. Bars. Bars. So let's get into it. This is pretty self-explanatory. The jackdaw, the crow. The eagle, listen, to make it simple, the eagle was out here doing him. The eagle was out here swooping these lambs, eating them, throwing them on the mountain, whatever eagles be doing. They be savages. Eagles just be savages and just be flying. This savage comes, takes his lamb, gets it out the way. The jackdaw, the crow, was like, "Oh man, that's cool. I'm gonna try to do that." And Cuz tried to get a ram. So okay. There's a lot to the story. I can tell right now. The crow tried to take, listen, it says, it flew high up into the air and then came shooting down with a great whirring of wings onto the back of a big ram. Now, the eagle swooped down on a lamb. Now, a lamb is, okay. Before I get into the intricacies, I'm going to go more into like the story. So eagle's doing him. The crow's like, "Damn, I want to do him too." Pause. And he said, "I'm going to jump and try to grab me something and carry it away because I'm hungry." And, he got caught up. Got caught up in the ram's wool. The shepherd came back around and said, "Hey, bruh, like, what you doing here?" And got him out of there. So then he clipped his wings, so no longer can he even fly. And his kid's like, "What is that?" He's like, "Oh man, this is a fronting ass crow." This crow was out here fronting like he an eagle, and I got him. So there's a lot in here, and as I think about it more, there's just so much. Okay, so once again, the eagle saw a lamb, and it carried it off in his talons. Right? A lamb is not, you know what I'm saying? A lamb is not that big. It's relatively big, like compared to an eagle per se, which goes to show the strength of an eagle, but it's not that big. Like when you think about a ram, like think about a ram, bro. Like this is not a cat. This is not a dog. This is not even a gazelle. This is a ram. A ram is huge. So not only was the crow trying to be like the eagle, but the crow was trying to be was doing way too much. Way too much. It came down for a ram. Imagine if you had a farm and you had a ram and you looked and you see a crow trying to come down to take this ram. How would you feel? Why is a crow trying to take a ram? What do they say? You got too much dip on your chip? Way too much dip on this chip. So there's a lot to this. So the eagle is created to hunt animals and hunt things like this with its talons. Like it has talons, it has, you know, those long legs, it has the strength in the legs, it has all that to be able to do these things. Like it was built for that. It was built for that. The crow, however, is more so, and maybe I'm thinking of vultures, but they're more so like scavengers, right? They're not really built to carry things off with their talons that aren't like, you know, mouse size or rabbit size or anything that would actually make any sense for it to carry. So for a jackdaw to try to go for a ram, it's just foolishness. It's just foolish. It's foolish. An eagle knows its limits. It knows that, hey, I'm coming for this lamb because I know I can get this lamb out of here, right? The lamb is not heavy. Jeff, what it do? The lamb is not heavy though. The ram, bruh, like the ram is huge. Why is a bird? Why is a human? Why is anything trying to pick up a ram? See, the crow not only was fronting and trying to be like, you know, trying to be like the eagle, but it didn't even know the rules to the game that it was playing in. It didn't know the rules to the game. Because if it knew the rules to the game, not maybe it would have stayed out. But yeah, nah. Like the eagle knows his limits. The crow is like, man, I want to do that. I'm trying to be like that. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying fresh, so clean, whatever. Nah, bruh. You can't do it like that. Now let's take it to humans. How many times have you seen someone doing them and thought that either you could do it better or you thought you could do what they do? You didn't realize what you got yourself into. You bit off more than you can chew. You pay more money than you can afford to pay. And now you end up in a position with your wings clipped, meaning you can't fly, meaning you can't do what you need to do to actually survive and to thrive and to have a life that is worth living because you were trying to be what somebody else was doing. You're trying to be what somebody else told you to be. You're trying to be, you know, you fronting. You ain't got a lot of kicking, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's really as simple as that, right? Like, it's really as simple as that. How many times have you put yourself in a position? I know I have. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like. There's certainly been times I've gotten into things or looked into things and bit off more than I could chew. The thing is I've been in that situation enough to know how to deal with it when I get to that point where, you know, my mouth is wide and, you know, there's, you know, whatever. I'm trying to bite, chew, whatever, and I'm just like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. You know? And that's cool because sometimes, you know, some lessons are more expensive than others. Some people pay student loans to learn lessons. Some people, you know, pay off debt to learn lessons from dumb shit that they did. So with that being said, I would say, you know, stick to your script, stick to your path. Don't be out here trying to do what these other folks are doing. Like, be inspired by it, you know, be inspired by it, but don't let FOMO, fear of missing out, put you in a position to where you're literally missing out on, you know, just your life and your purpose and what you should be doing. You know, I am an advocate for curiosity. I'm a bigger advocate for discernment. Well, it's about equal. I equally advocate for both. I won't say I'm a bigger. No, you know what? Because curiosity killed the cat. So discernment didn't kill the cat. Discernment would have told the cat to get the hell out of there. But the curiosity killed the cat, right? So you know what? Like, I'm all about being curious. I know all the artistic people say, "Oh, stay curious, stay learning," and you should. I'm slightly mocking them, and I feel bad. I'm sorry if this ever comes back, but just have discernment. Have discernment. Like, if you're into, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. No, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it away from an interest perspective. Not that you can't be interested in things or you can't, you know, think about things, you know, or look into things, because you can be in the shoes and also be in the tech. You can be into tech, but also be into how water bottles are made. You can be into how water bottles are made and still be into anime, and you can be into anime and you can be into, you can be into a lot of things. However, what you actually do is a different thing. What you actually do is different. You can't, not to say you can't, but don't be a crow trying to pick up a ram. Like that's just OC. And the more I think about it, the more OC it is. Like, bro, you don't even know the rules to this. It's like, I've been studying like into real estate a bit, and just looking into like what that is and how it goes and just what the process and different processes are. That's something I was doing during the pandemic. But one thing about it is that there are a lot of newer investors that are kind of getting themselves into situations or getting themselves into deals that they have no idea what it's about. And once again, not to say you can't try and learn, because sometimes from you getting burnt, you learn more, you learn faster, you learn why, okay, this is why I shouldn't do that. But, a common thing that I've heard from more seasoned investors is that there are people who get into it with no experience, with no understanding of how the rules really work. They watch a couple of YouTube videos and get out on wholesaling or doing whatever, and they end up in a situation where all of a sudden, like, you got to pass this contract off. It's supposed to happen in a couple minutes or within a couple hours, but nobody's responding because you didn't take the time to get your list together to find a buyer. Now you're sitting here with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 debt on your hands, and you have no one to take it off your hands because you didn't understand the game. You missed one step. You bit off more than you can chew. You buying a $300,000, $500,000 property, and you don't even know the process of flipping yet, or the process of buy and hold, or what have you. I'm not gonna get too into that, but you get the drift. Like, I'll bring it. Like, okay, it's like I play Smash. I love Super Smash Brothers. If you try to fight me with Ness and you never played Ness, I will bust your ass. You are a crow. You are a crow to an eagle. You will die. Okay, it's not a joke. It's not a game, right? And even with music, some people, oh, I can try to do music, I can do this, but once you get into it and you realize, oh, this is what's going on, oh damn, this is what you got to do, okay, this is cool, but oh, what is this, what is that? Like, you're figuring out things that you didn't know anything about because you didn't do your research. I think it's important to always do your research. That's part of being discerning, doing your research, having the humility and the sense to just step back and say, okay, let me do my research on this. Let me figure this out. Not to the point of researching because of paralysis by analysis, but more so to trying to understand what you're about to jump into, if you want to jump into it. If the crow realized, hey, maybe I am 5 pounds at most, so I shouldn't be trying to lift up a big ram. Maybe I should watch the eagle a little bit more. Maybe I can talk to the eagle and say, hey, eagle, how'd you do that right there? Eagle's like, hey man, I was born like this. I was born to be able to pick stuff up and do it like this. I can hold up to 20 times my weight. So I'm 15 pounds, so I can hold up to, or I'm 6 pounds, I can hold up to 120 pounds. So I always try to find a lamb that's like this, or find a lamb that's like that. Sometimes lambs have too much wool, but you can see by their legs if they're big or not. So you have to judge by the legs. Like, the eagle would have been putting them on the game and said, hey, and also would say, okay, well, crow, you want to do that. I'm not sure if you can do that. Like, how about a bird? How about, not a bird, how about a mouse? Kenny, what it do? How about try a mouse? How about try a cat? How about try something smaller before we get into a lamb or a ram, So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Like, the crow did not seek advice, right? The jackdaw did not seek advice, did not try to find any game to understand what he's trying to do a little bit better. He just went into it and said, fuck it, I saw him do it, I'm gonna just do it like that. So this story's deep, man. There's a lot here. It's like, and think about it. When it got caught, when the jackdaw, so what it do? When the crow got caught, it's like, damn, bro. Like, you really are sitting here. You're trying to pick up a ram. You are a 3-pound bird trying to pick up a ram, and not only did you try to pick up a ram, you got stuck in the ram, looking stupid. You flapping your wings looking like an idiot trying to fly off. You trying to copy the eagle, and you just look dumb. Like, ultimately, there's a lot to this story. And honestly, I'm not even going to go back to the other story I was going to read, but this is the story I was trying to find, and I'm glad I found it because there's so much in this. Like, listen, do you, like, y'all know I'm an advocate for being yourself. Be yourself, because you're going to be out here looking stupid trying to copy what someone else is doing, and that other person that's knowing what they're doing has been doing it already. They built up the strength in their legs. They built up the strength in their talents to be able to pick up lambs. They understand, like, I guess, the market. They understand their strengths. They understand their weaknesses. They understand what they can and they can't do. Meanwhile, you're just green, and you're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to check it out. I'm going to try it out. I'm just going to be, I'm going to fail faster, as they say. That's cool. I'm all with the fail faster movement, but part of the fail faster movement is knowing it's less about going to fail faster, but it's more so understanding the process of getting ready to execute. And sometimes the execution requires research. Sometimes it requires development. Sometimes your research and development is going out to fail faster. But a lot of it is also like knowing your lane and knowing what you're doing. Like, when you fail faster, quote unquote, you're learning more faster. You're learning what you can do, what you can't do, what works, what doesn't work, what have you. You're learning all these things in seconds, right? Or minutes or months, whatever. So it's not about, oh, I'm just gonna go out here and fail. I'm just gonna go out here and do this. It's about not being afraid to fail. But the crow should have been a little bit more afraid to fail. Because had he been a little more afraid to fail, he wouldn't have been looking stupid. And now he can't even fly anymore. Now the crow can't even be himself anymore because he was trying to be somebody else. You tried to be like the eagle. You failed. You failed bad. Your wings got clipped. You can't even fly no more. You're just out here looking stupid, bro. You're looking stupid, and now you're on the ground, and you have to sit there at the ground and think, damn, I remember I used to fly these skies. I used to go in the trees. I used to eat bugs. I used to do all kinds of crazy stuff. So that one day I saw that eagle and I thought I could do him. Don't be the jackdaw. Don't be the crow. Do you out there, y'all. Do you out there. Seriously. Man, that's a good story. There's a lot to that story. That's good, man. That is a good ass story. Like, I feel weird because I just been going in on it, but that is a good story.